Okay. Hi guys, Josh here. I'm. Oops. Hi guys, Josh here. I'm starting a new channel called The Arbiter of Cool on YouTube, and I'm going to be streaming here on Twitch at the Alien You Call God, um, and we're going to be discussing the best new punk music, and that includes the whole punk periphery, everything from punk, skate punk, emo, hardcore, post-hardcore, post-punk, metalcore, um, even some alt rock, a little bit of prog metal, basically everything that I personally listen to. Um, and my goal is to bring new music to the forefront. I know it takes a lot of time and effort to find new bands, put in the time to listen to albums and at that attentively. Um, I do that anyways, so I felt like I was a good person to kind of highlight this stuff for other people to find. I'm going to start with my favorite albums of 2024. Um, Basically, they're going to be broken up by subgenre, starting with today with ska, and going to work my way through that. And then after that, I'm going to kind of do a monthly recap of the best new music throughout 2025. I might do a weekly recap, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep up with that throughout the summer because I work a lot. I set up concerts, so when I live in Canada, so when concerts and music festivals are on in the summer, I'm working very long hours. But I do listen to tons of music. I want to share some of my favorite music with you, highlight some of these bands, and hopefully you will go out and support these bands when they play a show in your local area. Um, like I said, you can find me on Instagram or YouTube at The Arbiter of Cool, and here on Twitch at The Alien You Call God. And might as well just get right into it. I'm going to be starting with uh, my top 12 my top 12 favorite Ska albums from 2024. Um, and the first one I picked is not necessarily the lowest on the list. It wasn't a particularly exceptional year for ska. Normally I do like the top 24 of 24 or whatever. Sometimes more if it's like there's like a ton of really good albums. But there wasn't like a buttload of incredibly good ska albums this year, but there were a handful of really exceptional albums, and I like to highlight those for you here. And So I'm going to start with a compilation album. It's not necessarily the 12th best album of the year or anything. It's just not an album that was put together by any one single band. It was put together by Pukout Records from High Wycombe, uh, United Kingdom. And basically they're a ska and ska core label slash distro, and they put together a wicked compilation with some really amazing bands like Redeemin', Rochambeau, Sonic Boom 6, Suicide Machines, Voodoo Glow Skulls, like pretty big names in the ska world. And all of each band covers a metal song. The album's called Master of Trumpets. It's not specifically Iron Maiden focused, but there is an Iron Maiden cover on there. They cover stuff like Metallica, Rage Against the Machine, Sepultura, Iron Reagan, Faith No More, among others. So as you can see, they're covering a wide array of metal music. The album is an absolute banger. I highly recommend you go check it out. You can find it on the Pukout Records Bandcamp. Um, And I'm going to play a song for you here. It's Rochambeau's cover of Rage Against the Machine's Bomb track. Enjoy. That was Rage Against the Machine's Bomb track by Rochambeau. Um, as you can see, that song absolutely slaps. I mean, ska makes everything better, so it's a high rank of honor to have your song covered by a ska band, in my opinion. So definitely check out Master of Trumpets from Phuket Records. Head over to their Bandcamp. Just search Master of Trumpets, it'll come up. Listen to it all the way through. Well worth it. That was number 12 on the list of the top 12 ska albums of 2024. Number 11 on the list is from Nashville, Tennessee, a band called Stuck Lucky, and they put out a new album called Counting Curses. This album is a little bit more crude, a little bit more rough. It definitely has the lowest production quality of all the albums on the list, which isn't taking away from the music at all, because it has like it's sort of a blend between like melodic ska punk and crack rock steady, and has like a little bit of a satanic angle along the lines of something like Mephistopheles. So if you're into that, definitely check them out. This album is pretty cool. I'm going to play a song called Heretics for you. So let me get that up. All right. This is Heretics by the band Stuck Lucky off their new album, Counting Curses. That was Heretics by Stuck Lucky on their new album Counting Curses, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Another killer album. That was number 11 on the list. Number 12 on the list was Master of Trumpets, compilation album featuring a number of bands covering metal tracks. And number 10 is coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They're a band called Something to Do, and they have a new album called Here Comes the Panic. I guess it's not particularly new because it's just had its first birthday. It was released in January last year, so right at the start of the year. But it held its own. throughout the year, and still remains one of the best ska punk albums of the year. And I'm going to play a song for you called Sports Montage. This band has like a little bit more of an alt rock sound, an alt rock ska sound, as opposed to the more heavier ska core, ska punk kind of stuff. I tend to enjoy the more heavier, faster stuff myself, so that kind of like takes spots on my list. But like I really like the really beautiful layered stuff and straight up two-tone as well. I do listen to that, but it generally doesn't take the top spots on my list, unless it's something like the Slackers or somebody that I really respect. They did put out a 2-song EP, well worth checking out by the way. Didn't make this list, but I mean, the Slackers can do no wrong in my opinion. But anyways, back to Something to Do. New album, Here Comes the Panic. More alt rock leaning ska punk, and I'm gonna play the song Sports Montage for you now.
Honestly, that was the best time I ever had. Do you remember feeling like we win, like we would never ever feel like a has-been, would never take it on the chin, emotional Olympia. Don't say it's over, don't say it's over, 'cause it's not over yet. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only a when. Let's be even better than them. Do it better, faster, stronger, bigger, louder, turn it to 10. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only when I'm older. We're getting older almost every day. The cost of living giving more so we can play. Don't always have the words to say to get across the way I feel. Sometimes I want this life to be a hit. Sometimes I want this work to be a fast edit, so I can skip the worst of it, get to the part that's really real. Don't say it's over, don't say it's over, 'cause it's not over yet. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only a when. Let's be even better than them. Do it better, faster, stronger, bigger, louder, turn it to 10. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only when I'm older. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only a when. Let's be even better than them. Do it better, faster, stronger, bigger, louder, turn it to 10. Let's go, let's do it again. I'm absolutely certain this is not an if, it's only when I'm older.
Okay, now listen up. This is it. Everything has led up to this moment. All the work, all the sacrifice, all the focus. It's about to pay off if you just keep your head in the game. It's like we always said, it's not an if, it's a when. Well, that when is right now. So let's go! Let's do it again!
Let's go, let's do it again. 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 Let's go, let's do it again.
That was Something to Do from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Number 10 on my list of the top 2020 top ska punk albums of 2024. Moving on, they're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And as you can tell, they have like a more like alt rock leaning vibe as opposed to some of the more heavier stuff, which is like more punk oriented. The next band on my list, number 9, is from London, UK. They are one of my favorite ska punk bands from recent history, and they don't release like a ton of music. Their last album, I think, was released in 2021 called Beginnings, and before that, I think it was like 2007. With the album called This Machine, and they are called the JB Conspiracy. I feel like a lot of people don't know about them, but they absolutely slap. And they just put out an EP, 7-song EP, so it's like a long EP or a short album, depending on the way you look at it. I kind of classify all short albums, around 7 or 8 tracks, as EPs. If it's 8 tracks and a little bit longer, I'll probably classify it as an album. But yeah, so called Propagation House anyways, and has 7 tracks. The first track is called 111, which is the track I'm going to play for you, and that's actually the runtime of the song. So very short. I'm going to keep it short and sweet on this one. It's only 7 tracks, but you should definitely go to their Bandcamp and check it out. They're amazing. I'm not sure how much they play, because they don't release a ton of music, but I imagine that they're pretty awesome live. Like I said, they're one of my favorite ska punk bands from the recent modern age that I didn't really listen to when I was growing up as a kid. But yeah, anyways, that being said, I'm going to play 111 for you now.
Come and join the party at my place. The world backs against the furnace. We're not burning up in any case. And never mind the crowd outside your door. Wipe your feet and draw the curtains as we watch the fire burning. So bring out the shackles, take me away. Right now I'm a young worst enemy. You know my friends, we've been through worse than this before. I see it in your eyes. You don't know where to hide. This one's on me. Come on in and make yourself at home. For our gratitude is greater than you know. Come and fight this out. It's what these nights are all about. We'll drown out all these memories by dawn. 'Cause our body feel the pulse, so we're coming alive. Someone within your love, don't you know it's time? In the place we all know so well, are all your secrets safe, alive and well? When the stars become aligned, play our part. Somewhere in the fallout, there's a glimmer of hope. Sit around like we all got nothing to do. A little short on time, a little something to prove. Nothing to burn, so we hold on tight. Stick to your guns, it will be alright. So blow this open one more time. Play it loud. Somewhere in the fallout, there's a glimmer of hope. Set up no salvation, just a moment ago. Just remember, when all our blunders come to find us in the end, hold on and you'll find all these mountains ain't so hard to apprehend. Somewhere in the fallout, there's a glimmer of hope.
Okay, I let it play through the first two tracks. They're both short. The first one's like a minute 11. The second one's like 2:10. That was 111 Glimmers. The first two tracks off of JB Conspiracy's new EP, Propagation House. They're from London, UK. As you tell, they absolutely rip. Definitely go check them out on Bandcamp. If you are in the UK and you get a chance to see them, definitely do that. Another amazing album. And that was number 9 on the list. Moving on to number 8. Heading down to Orange County for some of that classic Orange County ska. Made famous mainly by Real Big Fish, but there's a ton of bands from that scene that have brought it to the forefront. If you haven't seen the movie Renfield, with Nicolas Cage, like the vampire movie with Nicolas Cage, if you watched it, you probably noticed like a lot of ska references. Like the one dude like looks exactly like Vic Ruggiero from the Slackers. There's a bunch of the stuff. There's like a bunch of like ska lyrics and references like painted on the walls of the like coke dealers' lairs. And if you just look at all the scenery hidden in the background of the scenery, you can just find like a lot of references to ska. My favorite one though is like the casting of Aquafina in the one scene she like fights. She fights like Nicolas Cage as like the Dracula character, and he like bursts into like a cloud of bats, right? And get it? Aquafina bats, aqua bats. I mean, there's just like a bunch of hilarious references. The one scene has like a can of orange pop in it, and that's like a reference to Orange County Pop, which is like what they would call Orange County ska. There's like a famous article written about it from the early 2000s. Just like watch that movie. It's a giant ska Easter egg hunt. It's absolutely hilarious. The movie kind of sucks as a movie itself, but as a ska Easter egg hunt, it's absolutely friggin' epic. So just like watch that movie and like look for all the ska references, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it 100 times more than if you just watched it as a regular movie, because like there's only so much enjoyment you can get out of that, right? Anyways, moving on. There's a moth in here. The next band is oh my god, I get this guy out of here. The next band is Half Past Two. They have a new album from last year called Talk Is Killing Me. It's, as you'd expect, that poppy Orange County ska, but it has like a very political angle to it. I'm going to play you the introductory track, which is called Barrier for Entry. And this song is like very political, so despite the catchy poppiness of the tunes, it'll really keep you thinking with the lyrical content. So here's Barrier for Entry from Half Past Two's new album, Talk Is Killing Me.
Here we are, stranded in the rain.
That was Barrier for Entry from Half Past Two's new album, Talk Is Killing Me. Um, as you can see, politically inspired uh, poppy ska punk from Orange County. You can't get any better than that. Half Past Two is one of the big up and coming ska bands from the past few years, and they're quite prolific. They've been putting out albums and EPs pretty much every year for the last few years, including a Christmas EP the last 2 years. This year they put out a an EP on Christmas called the Holiday EP, and they on it they cover all songs that are titled Holiday: Turnstile, Green Day, Vampire Weekend, Weezer, Madonna. All the songs are called Holiday, and they cover each of them, and it's actually a pretty wicked album and really cool concept. So like definitely check out Talk Is Killing Me, the Holiday EP, and they even put out a song like I think in like January or February, early in the year last year. That was like a one-off single that's not on this album. So can't remember the title of it, but definitely check that out as well. Um, and that was number 8 on the list of the top 12 ska punk albums of 2024. Number 7 is one of the most classic ska punk bands in my opinion. One of the bands that got me into ska music in general. Basically, my introduction to ska was with Goldfinger. The first ever show I went to see at a bar was Goldfinger at the Palm Grove in St. Catharines, Ontario, and I was hooked after that. Next band I got into was Less Than Jake with Losing Streak, and it's amazing to see them still around, pumping out music that was just as good as when they were kids, if not better. They've definitely gone in a more poppy angle than their past stuff, which is a little bit more raw. But they're all bangers still. Like everything kind of has that same vibe of everything after GNVFLA. Obviously, they're from Gainesville, Florida, hence the title of that album. But it's got that same kind of vibe. Lots of horns, killer tracks from start to finish. This is only a 7-song EP called Uncharted with a really cool pirate map themed cover. And they had released 4 of the tracks in advance of the larger EP, and that was under the title Brand New Day, which is one of the songs. So I guess that was kind of like a single release in advance of the album. But I'm going to play you Brand New Day now, and hopefully enjoy it. That was Less Than Jake's Brand New Day from their newest EP, Uncharted, out of Gainesville, Florida. One of the most classic ska punk bands of the melodic punk era. Glad to see they're still around, killing it. Number 7 on the list. Number 6 on the list is an album I absolutely love. I feel like it kind of flew under the radar of a lot of people this year. It's a band. They're a band called Grim Luck from San Diego, California. They play like a really awesome like gypsy circus style ska. Like a little bit of klezmer influence in there. Got that like kind of vaudeville feel that like bands like World, Inferno, Friendship Society kind of gave off. And this album is like absolutely killer. I'm gonna play 2 songs for you. I'm gonna play the introductory track, which is called Beautiful Music for Miserable Lives, and follow that up with these are the first 2 tracks on the album, and that's followed up by their single, which was called Penelope. So yeah, Grim Luck from San Diego, self-titled album. I'm not sure how long they've been around, but they self-described this album, or this release particularly, as a scopera. And similar to Stuck Lucky, which is interesting because they both have luck in their name. They got that like devil ska sort of vibe that Mephistopheles used to have. This release even more so. But yeah, if you like kind of like gypsy ska stuff, like one of my favorite ska bands of all time is Ska and Ska from Sweden. Just SKA apostrophe N apostrophe SKA. Look them up. They're on Facebook. I'm not sure if they have a Bandcamp. They probably do. They really don't release a lot of music, but like go back and listen to their old albums and just like bask in how amazing they really are. But in the meantime, you can settle for Grim Luck, which isn't, you're not settling for much because they're just as good. But this is Grim Luck's Beautiful Music for Miserable Lives, and Penelope off their new self-titled Scopra. So good. Tell me that was not so effing good. Like, that album is an absolute banger from start to finish. Gypsy circus vibes, man, so damn good. If you haven't heard Grimlock, definitely go check them out. I guarantee they are going to be one of your favorite new ska bands. And there are 6 on the list, which just goes to show you there's that many killer albums, ska punk albums from the past year. Like I said, there wasn't a ton of great albums, but the ones that are good are real friggin' good. So yeah, Grimluck from San Diego, California, self-titled album. It's their scagmum opus, I guess you could say. And definitely check it out because it's well worth listening through the entire album. That brings us to number 5 on the list. One of the only bands outside of America and the UK to reach the list this year. And they make the list pretty much every year because they're incredibly prolific, extremely talented. They got 10 plus members at any given time. I'm actually not sure how many members they got, but they always got like a ton of members. And the only reason it's even this low on the list is because they're Japanese. And while their music is, in the case of this album particularly, is mainly instrumental, um, all the featured singers on it are all Japanese, so all the music is in Japanese, and I don't understand what's going on, which is the only reason it's even this low, because it's quite possibly the best ska album of the year. But this is, of course, Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, their album 35, which I'm pretty sure harkens to the idea that they've been around for 35 years, because they have been around for as long as I can remember, and like I said, they're incredibly prolific, putting out albums almost every single year. Last year they put out an EP called Junker Gem, which was just as good as this, and this album is an absolute skasterpiece. And I'm going to play the song Ska Fandango, which seems to be the crowd favorite off this album. So I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Here's Ska Fandango from Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra off their newest album, 35.
Ska Fandango.
That was Ska Fandango from Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, their new album 35, out of Tokyo, Japan, of course. The rest of the album has a lot of featured singers that sing in Japanese, but I mean, it doesn't take away anything from the album because Japanese ska is incredible. I had the privilege of seeing Hey Smith earlier this year open for Suicide Machines, and they were incredibly entertaining. I also saw a hardcore band Hanabi, which is like these little otaku girls that like play hardcore music. And if you get a chance to see like any of these Japanese bands, hardcore bands, ska bands, definitely take the opportunity to do so, because not only are they like traveling far and wide to entertain us, they are among the most entertaining bands I have ever seen. Both of those two acts were probably two of the best acts I saw all year long. So definitely take the opportunity and see these bands when they come tour. I've never actually heard of Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra touring in the States, but I really hope they do because I would absolutely love to see them. But maybe I'll have to. It's just an excuse to go to Japan, right? So, anyways, number 5 on the list, Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, their new album 35. Absolute banger. And that brings us to another very incredibly layered, beautiful ska album. And number 4 on the list, Diminishing Returns, out of St. Paul, Minnesota. So kind of the same general area as Something to Do. I mean, not too far away. They have a new album, or sorry, Diminishing Returns is the album name. The band's name is Runaway Ricochet. I apologize. Runaway Ricochet, St. Paul, Minnesota, new album, Diminishing Returns. This album, these guys are incredible musicians. The music is so incredibly layered. I'm gonna play their first single off the album, which is Make It Out, and just like let this song take you on a journey, because the way it starts you're kind of like but the way it ends is just like, god damn, that's good. So yeah, with no further ado, here is Make It Out from Runaway Ricochet off their new album Diminishing Returns, out of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Sometimes I think that I've lost all my direction. Content with this rejection, we'll give it time. And I'm not sure if I should brush my teeth and lie in bed, get some sleep or try again to get anything done. But giving up has never been so easy. Look at me, doomed to cycle through eternity. Someone help me out. And I can see my own mind is suffocating me, and I'm so filled with doubt that I'll ever make it out. That I'll ever make it. That I'll ever make it. cold there, it burns my face. But I'm not late, I'm just impatient. And I got no time to waste. There's so many things I'd like to get done. I'll never get done at this rate. Medicate to motivate. 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 Look at me, doomed to cycle through eternity. Someone help me out. And I can see my own mind is suffocating me. And I'm so filled with doubt. Don't think I'll ever make it out. I don't know what to do. All I want to do is stop.
Man, that is such a beautiful song. It almost brings me to tears, man. That was Make It Out from Runaway Ricochet's new album, Diminishing Returns. They're out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Number 4 on the list. That album is so beautiful. It's one of 2 singles they put out. The other one's called Optimist, but like listen to the full album because it is stunning. The layers are stunning. Just everything about that album is friggin' beautiful. Absolutely love it. First I've heard of this band. Gonna be watching out for more from this point on. If they come through my area, I'm definitely gonna go see them. Support them by buying a shirt or an album. Hope you guys do the same. Hopefully you guys are discovering some new music like I do every single year. This is one of the new bands that really stood out for me this year, and I'm stoked to have found them. This is moving on to number 3 on the list, which is taking us back to the UK, Kent, UK to be specific, and a band called Call Me Malcolm, which is one of the best newish ska bands. They put, I think their last album was 2020. I think it was called Me, Myself, and Something Else. And man, that was like one of my favorite ska albums of the year that year. This is one of my favorite ska albums of the year this year. It's called Echoes and Ghosts. And I am going to be playing a song for you called Nobody Knows Anything and Nobody Learns Much Either. So here it is for you now.
try to bury me, so I dress for my turn. And maybe I'll never learn. Break the fall, don't let me bleed. Cut the rope, you're killing me. The pain lasts, but the drop comes first. I forgot how much this hurt. Smash the glass, don't let me see. The animal staring back at me. I dig deep, but I still find dirt. I forgot how much this. Break the fall, don't let me bleed. Cut the rope, you're killing me. The pain lasts, but the drop comes first. I forgot how much this hurt. Smash the glass, don't let me see. The animal staring back at me. I dig deep, but I still find dirt. I forgot how much this hurt.
Man, you can just hear the influence of Random Hand in that band. Like, Random Hand is one of the best ska punk bands of all time. Definitely, probably the best ska band ever from the UK, other than like the Specials. But like, damn, dude, that album rips. Like the dueling saxophone, trumpet. Oh my God, so good. But like, you could just hear like I wouldn't actually like. I wouldn't be surprised if the the guy from Random Hand is actually in this band. Um, that's how much the saxophone sounds similar to Random Hand. But like, dude, Random Hand put out an album over the last couple of years, and it was like the first album in like a decade, and blew my friggin' mind. They still have it. Call Me Malcolm is keeping the tradition alive. Um, I'm not going to say like imitation is the greatest form of flattery, because they're not like imitating them, but they have been influenced by them, and like there's nothing more you can ask for than like influencing a band that is like that rips just as hard as you do. Random Hand's from Keighley, UK, and Call Me Malcolm is from Kent, UK. I have no idea if those cities are in the vicinity of each other or not, but the influence speaks for itself. If you like that music, if you like that and haven't heard Random Hand, definitely go check out Random Hand stuff. They've been around since like the 90s, and they are one of the best ska punk bands of all time, in my opinion. Anyways, that was Call Me Malcolm's Echoes and Ghosts. The song was called Nobody Knows Anything and Nobody Learns Much Either. One of a plethora of good songs off that album. The whole entire thing is solid from start to finish. And all of these top 6 albums are like on the same level with each other. They are all perfect albums from start to finish. I know like a lot of the younger generation is not album listeners. They like listen to playlists and stuff like that, but this is me encouraging you to go and listen to like full albums again. That's what I do. I base all my lists on the quality of the album itself, not just like the one-off single. But yeah, like this album is killer, as is the next album, which is from Baltimore, Maryland. And like this album kind of blows my mind because the singer sounds exactly like Bradley Noel. I saw like either a meme or a shirt, or like a shirt design or something like that that was like referenced to how much they sound like Sublime, and it is absolutely incredible. I'm gonna play the first song off of the album called Underdog, just because like it sounds like it could be a new Sublime album, and that's not taking anything away from Rome. I've never been a huge fan of Sublime with Rome, but I like respect that he's trying to keep the memory alive and all that. But like, dude, this band is called Bumpin Uglies, Bumpin apostrophe Uglies. They're from Baltimore, Maryland. This album is called Lyrics Over Everything. Um, I could. It's all. As far as I know, I actually don't use Spotify myself, but as far as I can tell, this album is only available on Spotify. It's not on Bandcamp. It's not even on their. Like, you can order the vinyl if you really like it off of their website, but I didn't see it for streaming on YouTube. They have a couple songs, like single songs on YouTube, but the whole album was not available on YouTube. So definitely go to Spotify to listen to this album because, bro, they sound so much like Sublime. This is like Sublime reincarnated in the best possible way. So I'm not going to make you wait any longer. I'm going to play Underdog for you now. And I might play another song for you because I think the other song like really reminds me of like a type of music that would really speak to like this modern generation. It's got like, even though like a lot of the lyrics are actually like taking a hit, like you know, they're making fun of the modern generation in a lot of ways on this album. Not just that song, but on the album as a whole. But I'm gonna play it because the vibe is something that I think the kids will love, even though it's kind of making fun of their generation at the same time. Anyways, this is Underdog, and I'll play the other one after.
I will never be the chosen one. I will never be the pretty one with the clean tattoos and the unused shoes that only get worn on stage. I will never be the sure thing, but I'm content being the pure thing. With my heart on my sleeve, while I sing like I breathe, fighting for what I deserve. I got scars and demons for me, feelings I can't shake. I won't live forever, and I'm never going to change. Used to thinking like the underdog. They want digital, I'm analog. I can learn new tricks, but I don't need fixing. Watch out for my bite. I got scars and demons for me, feelings I can't shake. I won't live forever, and I'm never going to change. Call this a war cry, call this my manifesto. We'll never be accepted, but we're still the best. So I'll keep playing bricks made up of authenticity. Build up my own house unapologetically. Between you and me, that's my name on the marquee. A filtered honesty is what the people wanna see. Keep your magic beans and I'll keep being me. There should be enough so that everyone can eat. This song's for my Pasadena family, the bastard sons and all the ones that ever dared to dream. 8 weeks in the van, towing something that's unique, just to be subjected to industry critique. All the ones that care about the song more than the show, but had to call it quits before they had the chance to blow. The outcasts, the losers, the addicts, and the freaks. The future of this shit will be taken by the meek. Yo, I got scars and demons for me, feelings I can't shake. I won't live forever, so I'm never going to change.
dude, tell me he does not sound like Bradley Noel. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. That was Underdog. I'm also going to play Cheat Codes for you, which is kind of like in the middle of the album. Some of the songs have like a little bit of a rap vibe, like, you know, Bradley Noel like had like a tiny bit of, but this song reminds me of like some of like the pop punk stuff from the modern generation, but at the same time, it's, you know, one of many songs that kind of like, you know, takes shots, pot shots at the, you know, especially stuff like the mumble rap, you know, kind of stuff that's going on, like just like the low quality of lyrical content that a lot of modern music has. Um, Stuff that's like less meaningful, I guess you'd say, less thought provoking. It makes perfect sense why this album is called Lyrics Over Everything, because the lyrics on this album are absolutely incredible. This dude is such a good songwriter, and that's aside from sounding exactly like Bradley Noel, which is just it just blows my mind how much they sound alike. Anyways, I'm going to play you Cheat Codes now, so enjoy.
Playing the game without the cheat codes. Keep those shortcut to the top, so when I meet foes, sheep clothes, I don't gotta smile or pretend I give a damn. In the van with the plan, I'm the motherfucking man. I do 10 styles well, you do one style poorly. You bore me. Think a career change surely would be a better choice, cause you're whack as an artist. I think you're better suited to be fucking with the garbage. Harvesting bars right in the songs that pay the rent for the dead-eyed smiles and 100%. Fuck a tour, fuck a feature, fuck you if you ain't with it. Yo, I said it all before, now let's go bullet point the credits. No co-write, no auto-tune, no rich dad, no silver spoon. Ahab on the full moon, pissed off with a harpoon. DIY till I D-I-E. Hard work built everything you see. I don't got fans, I got family. Together we financed a reality. It's flowing through my veins, see it in my eyes. Maryland till I die, East Coast up on the rise. I'm a mid-Atlantic punk, the coast is on my back. Your clowns up in the circus playing air guitar to tracks. Playing the game without the cheat codes. Keep those shortcut to the top. When I meet foes, sheep clothes, I don't gotta smile or pretend I give a damn. In the van with the plan, I'm the motherfucking man. Used to play it Fridays, now I'm playing fly dates. Used to trade fry plates, now I'm on the wide stage. Finger to the sky, I'm the type of guy that'll burn the fucker down if it's struck to by my range. My way has been tough as nails, cause I blaze my own goddamn trails out on highways, building ticket sales. No help from Wales, quality prevails. Yo, I don't dress well, I swear too much. I can't look you in the eye when I've been hitting on the Dutch. Don't look good on the gram, your boy don't dance. I don't tick-tock, but I rock my stand. Talking on brands, unapologetic. I sound better on a live stream than you do up on your record. Full cane sugar versus uncaffeinated diet. Now watch me play this guitar like a motherfucking riot. Game without the cheat codes. Keep those shortcut to the top. When I meet foes, sheep clothes, I don't gotta smile or pretend I give a damn. In the band with the plan, I'm the motherfucking man.
That was Cheat Codes from Bumpin' Uglies, man. Like, dude, that guy's lyrics are so good, and like, like I said, it's just crazy how much he sounds like Bradley Noel from Sublime, like the original singer from Sublime before Rome. Absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. This album is killer. The lyrics over everything is the perfect title because the lyrics shine on this album. His voice is what like catches you, but like the lyrics are what really like bring you into the music. And this album is great from start to finish. They're from Baltimore, Maryland. Bumpin' Uglies. Support them. Go see them. Sing along. And check out the album and give it a listen. I'd heard of them before, but like they never were really on my radar. Like this album put them on my radar for me. Put them on the radar for me. So yeah, like I will definitely be watching out for everything that they put forward, and they have like a huge backlog of stuff to go through as well, if you like them. So there's tons of stuff to check out. Bumpin' Uglies, number 2 on the list, second best ska punk album of 2024, bringing us to the best, our number 1 album of 2024, out of Washington, D.C., as you can imagine, because you haven't heard them yet. It's Kill Lincoln. Saw these guys with Suicide Machines and Hey Smith earlier this year, and the Abrupters as well in Buffalo. They absolutely killed it. Dudes are so nice, have great energy, are like, you know, running through the crowd, playing horns, crowd surfing, singing, moshing, and they're all super rad dudes to boot. They'll talk to you after the show and like just shoot the shit with you. Amazing dudes, amazingly talented band, and this album is an absolute friggin' banger. My favorite album from last year was Power Up. I'm rocking the shirt today, and this is my favorite album from this year. It's just, at first I like didn't have it at the top of my list, but the more and more I listened to it, I was like, man, this album absolutely slaps. So I'm not gonna make you wait any longer. I'm gonna play 2 songs off it, starting with like the single track, which is called All Worries, and then I'm gonna follow that up with another track off the middle of the album, Little Ghosts. So yeah, here is All Worries off of Kill Lincoln's No Normal. It's called No Normal. I don't even think I mentioned that. Kill Lincoln's new album, No Normal, out of Washington, D.C. 2 East Coast bands taking the cake in 2024, bringing their A game and topping the list. So I don't know, those West Coast guys, they seem to be the ska elite, but you got like Less Than Jake, Bumpin' Uglies, you got Kill Lincoln, they're bringing it to the ska world. So anyways, this is All Worries, and I'm going to follow it up by Little Ghost, and this culminates, this is the culmination of the best ska albums of 2024. Top 12, number 1, Kill Lincoln's No Normal. After this, I'll go through a little recap, end off the stream, and I'll be back in a day or two with another subgenre to go over. Hope you enjoyed the list. Hope you discovered some new music. Hopefully you rocked out to some of the songs, and hopefully you'll come back to check out some of my other lists that I have coming forth. And after that, I will be bringing monthly recaps of the best new music. So if you're looking for new music to listen to, definitely tune in, and I hope I can help you out on that front. Anyways, this is Kill Lincoln's All Worries.
Will it all work out? I have my doubts, but I can't
Stand me up so I can go home. Pull the pin so I can explode. Write the verse so I sing along. Come on, this is taking too long. Whoa. Stand me up, 'cause I just wanna go home. We're at the bottom of an ocean. A crater we've been digging fast. A sense of doom that just won't pass. There's no remorse, there's no emotion. Our instinct is to self-preserve. It's not what we deserve. Whoa. Counting lives and blurring lines. Calculate just to capitalize. I'm not surprised that you don't see the signs everywhere and every time. Cut the lights and go home. Never mind. Counting lives and blurring lines. Calculate just to capitalize. I'm not surprised that you don't see the signs everywhere and every time. Cut the lights and go home. Never mind. We're counting lives and blurring lines. Hate to say I'm not surprised that you don't mind. But you don't mind. I'm not surprised that you don't see the signs everywhere and every time. Cut the lights and go home. Never mind.
Dude, tell me that was not good. This album absolutely bangs, bro. It's so good. Kill Lincoln, No Normal, #1 on the list, Washington, D.C. Bring It Up. #2 was Bumpin' Uglies. Lyrics Over Everything from Baltimore, Maryland. #3, Call Me Malcolm, Echoes and Ghosts from Kent, UK. #4, Runaway, Ricochet, Diminishing Returns from St. Paul, Minnesota. #5, Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, 35 years doing it, that's crazy, from Tokyo, Japan. #6, Grim Luck, their self-titled Scopera from San Diego, California. Less Than Jake, Uncharted EP from Gainesville, Florida. 2:30, Talk Is Killing Me from Orange County, that Orange County pop. The JB Conspiracy Propagation House EP at #9 from London, UK. #10, Something to Do, Here Comes the Panic from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Followed by Stuck Lucky's Counting Curses from Nashville, Tennessee. And wrapping up the list at #12, the compilation album Master of Trumpets from Pookout Records and High Wycombe, UK. Suicide Machines, Rochambeau, Voodoo Glow Skulls, literally the best of the best. Voodoo Glow Skulls, the guy from Voodoo Glow Skulls had a new album out, and now I can't remember. I definitely listened to it, but I can't remember if it was ska or not. But so like the guy from Death by Stereo, who's the new singer of Voodoo Glow Skulls, they have like a new a new band out, and they put out an EP this year, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. But I will come back with it for you 100% on the next stream, which will probably be either folk punky kind of stuff or post punk. Those are the two that I've been working on next. That'll be followed by hardcore, um, just generic punk, which is everything from like crust punk to melodic punk and skate punk. I separate pop punk into its own little realm, so I don't really include pop punk in that. Um, there'll be post-hardcore, emo, prog metal, lots of good stuff coming up. It'll probably take me a while. I listened to over the past 2 months. I must have listened to like 200 or 300 albums. I was literally listening to music nonstop because I had been working so much that I got behind. But this year I'm going to really keep up on it, and I'm going to try to bring you a monthly recap of the best new music each month. So hopefully you tune in, and we'll find some new music to check out. Thanks for hanging with me today. I think I set it up properly that it will save the VOD for this, so if you don't catch it live, then you can watch it after the fact for over the next few days. And hopefully you're able to tune in to one of my following streams where I discuss some other subgenres of my favorite music from 2024. And then, yeah, hopefully I can build up a following and keep this going through 2025. So thank you for watching and listening. Please go out and support these bands. Go to shows, buy their merch, buy their albums, every chance you get, because they're out there working hard for us. So that's the least you could do. I know everybody's getting older, getting jobs, got kids and stuff, but like, dude, bring your kids to the shows that allow it, because they will have the best time. I guarantee it. I don't care what kind of music they listen to. Taylor Swift, you know, mumble rap, pop, Justin Bieber stuff. They will love ska music. Guaranteed. There is nothing not to love about ska music. Everybody loves ska music. Everybody can enjoy ska music. That's why it is among the best music in the world. And I hope you enjoyed this list here. And there's lots more to come. Bye for now. Have a good night.